What's going on, guys? Isaiah or SlashBuddy24 here. Today, bringing you the first of many trophy guides in Ghost of Tsushima, the new game from Sucker Punch. We'll be starting out here with a very simple trophy, Open for Business, and for this trophy you need to successfully stagger enemies 50 times. So this is a trophy that you're definitely going to get just by playing the course of the game through the normal story, but there are two ways that you can stagger enemies. The first of which is with your heavy attack with triangle. There's a variety of different stances in the game that you use depending on which enemy you're fighting, and if you use your heavy attacks in those stances, you can break your enemy's guard and stagger them. And then the second way to stagger an enemy is by using your kunai, which is the first ghost weapon that you unlock very early into the game. You use this by just pressing R1, and it does the same effect as using your heavy attack to break your opponent's guard. So I'm going to be showing you some clips here of me doing that. You see me here, this is pretty early in the game when I recorded this, so ignore my very bad combat. But as you can see here, I'm using the water stance, which is against shield enemies. It's most effective. And then I'm just pressing triangle a bunch of times, and you'll see it, you'll know when you break your enemy's stance, when it'll sort of do a little bit of a slow motion thing, and then there's this white meter above the enemy's heads. And when that meter goes completely full, it will break. And then you'll sort of see a visual indicator that you can then attack your enemy now that their stance has been broken and that they've been staggered. I didn't actually end up recording any clips using the kunai, but the kunai works very similarly to the heavy attacks, and it's definitely something that you're going to want to use when you're fighting multiple enemies at the same time. You use your kunai just by pressing R1, and if you upgrade your kunai, you can use it to hit either 2 or 3 enemies. On most of the medium to small level enemies, it will break their guard right away, so it's definitely something that you can use. And also against the heavier opponents or enemies, the kunai is very effective against them as well. But as you can see here, I didn't get any clips of the kunai, so I apologize for that. But you basically just run up to guys and press triangle a bunch. On the lower level bandits, as you can see here that I'm fighting, it doesn't really matter a lot what stance you're using. But against the Mongol enemies, you're going to definitely want to be using the correct stance. You don't get the wind stance until a bit later into the game. But with your, I think, water stance and stone stance are the first two stances. You can use those a bunch on the lower level guys. And then use your heavy attacks to break their stance, to stagger them, and then to earn this trophy. That is the Open for Business trophy, is to successfully stagger enemies 50 times. A very straightforward and simple trophy here today for Ghost of Tsushima. But I will be having plenty more Ghost of Tsushima trophy guides coming out here, guys, over the next couple of weeks. And they will certainly be increasing in difficulty moving forward. Probably maybe one more today, and then maybe a bunch more throughout the rest of this week. But that said, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you guys soon.